For any new parent, there's probably no sound in the world more comforting than the quiet, steady breathing of your sleeping baby. We bring all this tech into our homes, these little gadgets, to be our extra set of eyes and ears, all just to give us that little bit of peace of mind. But this is a story about what happens when that same technology, that source of comfort, becomes a doorway for absolute terror.
So that's really the question at the heart of all this, right? It's a terrifying idea that the very device you trust to watch over your family suddenly becomes the window through which a nightmare decides to look right back at you. So, our story starts in a way that feels familiar, in the quiet dark of a normal family home. And we meet Claire, a new mom, whose whole sense of calm really depends on this one simple piece of plastic sitting on her nightstand. At first, the monitor isn't a scary object at all. It's described as a beacon, a little source of light, of guidance. And that soft, rhythmic hiss, well, that's not just static. For Claire, that's the sound of safety. It's her constant audio link to her little boy, Toby. And this is way more than just simple monitoring. For Claire, the sound of her baby's breath, amplified and filtered through this little machine, it's actually become her lullaby. It's the only thing that lets her relax, lets her finally get some sleep. The technology isn't just helpful, it's absolutely essential to her peace. And right here, this is where that whole illusion of safety just starts to crumble. That comforting sound begins to change, to get corrupted, and it turns into something else, something really, really wrong. 2:14 a.m. I mean, just that timestamp alone is enough to set you on edge. It's that dead hour of the night when everything is supposed to be quiet, when any weird sound just feels 10 times louder and way more threatening. And then, just like that, the rhythmic breathing, it stops. All of a sudden, the video feed kicks on. But look at how it's described. It's not some crystal clear picture. The night vision itself gives everything this horror movie vibe, turning this familiar, safe nursery into a ghostly landscape of gray and black. The technology's own limitations are actually starting to build the dread. Wow, what a perfect piece of sensory detail. That simple white noise, that comforting hiss is just gone. And in its place is this. It's not just static anymore. It's this textured, deeply creepy sound. It feels physical, like something dry and dead and totally unnatural. And then, out of that awful rustling sound, 2 words manage to form. Just 2, but they are absolutely filled with menace. Not yet. I mean, the phrase just hangs there in the air. Not yet what? It suggests this chilling patience, some kind of horrible action that's about to happen, but you have no idea what it is. And here's the absolute kicker. That voice isn't the baby. It's an intruder. And what's worse, it's coming from the one place the camera, her supposed all-seeing eye, can't see. The blind spot is no longer just a technical term. It's a hiding place. Claire's reaction is just pure parental instinct. There's no time to think, no time to try and make sense of an impossible sound. All that exists is this primal, overwhelming need to get to her child. Now. And it all happens in a blur. This panicked chain reaction. Sprint, throw the door open, find him, scoop him up, run back, lock the door. It's not about fighting the danger, it's about getting her son and putting a barrier between them and whatever is out there. And for just a second, there's this wave of relief. Toby is safe in her arms. But even with Toby safe, something is just off. Her eyes tell her everything is fine, but the room itself tells a different story. It's silent, sure, but the air is unnaturally cold. It's this brilliant detail that shows us that even though the immediate threat seems to be gone, its presence is still there, hanging in the air. And this is where the story shifts from just being creepy to being true horror. Back in what she thinks is the safety of her locked room, with her son in her arms, Claire makes herself look at the monitor one more time. And that technology she trusted is about to show her a new, impossible, and terrifying reality. Okay, let's just stop and break this down, because this is where your brain just starts to break. In her physical reality, she is holding Toby. The nursery is empty, the bedroom door is locked shut. But on the monitor screen, a completely different reality is playing out. The crib is empty, the door to the nursery is opening, and a figure is walking into the room.
The monitor isn't showing her reality anymore. It's broadcasting a nightmare. And here's what she sees. Look at this thing. It's shaped like a person, but it's wrong. The limbs are too long, the skin is gray, and its face is a featureless smudge of static. The creature is literally made of the monitor's own distortion. The device isn't just showing her the monster, the device is the monster. And then it happens. This moment of just chilling awareness. The figure knows. It knows it's being watched. It turns its head and looks directly into the camera, which means it's looking directly at Claire. And that sound its neck makes, like breaking dry wood, it's so visceral and awful. The threat isn't just some passive thing on a screen anymore. It's active, and it is now focused on her. That line, that safe distance between the screen and Claire's reality, it's about to completely collapse. The barrier between the person watching and the thing being watched is just gone. The sound from the speaker changes one last time. But it's not distorted anymore. It's not crackling through cheap plastic and layers of static. It's suddenly sharp. It's vibrant. It's crystal clear. And it's not coming from the nursery. The voice isn't coming from the baby monitor on her nightstand. It's not coming from down the hall at all. It's coming from right behind her, and it says, "Found you." The very technology we invite into our homes to keep the danger out, well, sometimes it's just a more convenient way of letting it in.